Hi, Clarity family. Welcome to your reading. How does he view you right now? Listen, I am going to tap into this energy and really just give it to you the only way that I know how, right? Which is sugar free, okay? But before we do, I want you to take a moment and meditate here on the three cards and pick the one that calmly draws you the most. This is card one with a three of wand, card two, judgment, card three, magician. And let's get straight into your reading. Hi, Clarity family. Welcome to your reading. Listen, if you found yourself here today, trust and believe this ain't no accident. Spirit said, let's talk. You have been thinking about him and wondering what's really good. And honey, we're about to get into his mind, his vibe, his true feelings about you right now. And baby, buckle up. Okay, so today your energy draws you here to the yellow glass crystal. Okay, now let me tell you about this energy. All right, this man sees you as the glow up that he wasn't ready for, period. All right, because you're standing there like, the three of wands, right? The three of wand queen. The three of wand queen. You are confident, unbothered, looking at your future like, do I even need him? And he feels it. So yeah, he's watching from a distance, low-key lurking, and knowing damn well you're on the brink of something big. He's not sure if you're coming back to him or just waving as you move on. Either way, you leveled up and he sees that. So this card screams, she's expanding, baby. She's glowing. You've got options now, point blank, period. And, yeah, he might be trying to act cool. Honey, his ego is his ego is twitching hard. Okay? It's twitching hard. So he sees you. That's the thing. He sees you as the one that got smarter, sexier, and way more selective. And he's not sure if, you're making room for him in your future or erasing his name from the guest list altogether. So yes, sis, you're giving main character energy, and he's trying to figure out if he's an extra or the one who fumbled the plot. Stay with me because we are just getting started. We just getting started, all right? I'm going to go ahead and pull your next card to see what this energy, to see how this energy is flowing. And you better stay until the end because, I'm going to wrap it up all, right? I'm going to wrap up all the tea and where it's really going with a total summary. All right, so let's go ahead and pull your next card. You got the engineer with the planet Mars. Honey, Mars ain't nothing to play with. That's fire. That's hot. And baby, every problem has a solution, says this card here with Mars. So yeah, baby, this is like hardworking and competitive energy. Generous and loyal and creative. So he definitely recognizes the Mars energy within you. And I also do want to point out that Mars does rule over Aries. Okay. And that planet resonates, baby, with bravery, courage, and aggression. So this is actually in synchronicity with the three of wands because the wand energy is also fire. So it's Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. Okay, so this energy could be in the top placements of your birth chart or his. Look at the 10th house showing up. Okay, he's worried about his reputation. Wow, I can see you actually gaining, fame or notoriety, right? I can see this for you with the 10th house showing up. The number 1 and the number 0 is significant, so that could play a huge part in your birthday, birth month, or birth year. All right, but let's see what's going on here with this Mars energy. Okay, Um, all right. Let's get straight to it because this one has got some real heat behind it. Okay. Because this card right here, it's given plot twist energy that, it's like, and it's that Mars fire. That's drive. That's dominance. That's somebody who doesn't just sit and watch. Okay. So you got this man strategizing like, it's a chessboard. It's a chessboard and you're the queen. He's trying to win back before checkmate. With Mars saying here that every problem has a solution, which is the motto of this card. So trust, he's not letting go easy. He's over there in his fields, okay, working behind the scenes like, how do I get back in her orbit without looking desperate? But baby, he already looks a little desperate because you got him in that engineer brainwave, building scenarios, analyzing combos, and stalking your socials in private mode like it's a research paper. Okay? And let's not forget, Mars rules Aries, and Aries don't just feel things, they act impulsively, boldly, sometimes messy, but always loud. So best believe, sis, that this man is feeling jealous, motivated, and a little triggered. He sees you getting attention, maybe even fame or recognition, and he's worried that he's not part of your glow up. Okay. Now, that 10th house energy is about public image, success, and destiny. And you are looking like you're stepping into your divine spotlight. Not just that soft girl, glow type of energy. You're giving main stage with the mic, and he's backstage watching. So, yeah, the numbers 1 and 0 are standing out too. Okay, so be real with yourself. Is this tied to, your birthday or even like a significant date? Or is it spirit telling you, this is a reset, like you are the one and you're starting from zero? Building a life, he's either got to rise up or fade out. And let me add this real quick. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius placements, heavy confirmation. Okay, the fire sign energy is blazing through your reading. Okay, because he sees you as a challenge, a prize, and a damn threat, all in one. And that, my love, is power. Woo, it's getting spicy in here. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and pull your next card, because I'm about to drop some realty, okay? Because you need to know where all of this is headed. So stay with me, sis. This is your next card. You have a few more cards to go. All right, so let's see what's coming through. Okay, what is the energy as it does relate? Let's see here. Gaslighting you. I have been lying to and gaslighting you. You weren't crazy. You were right. I just wasn't strong enough to admit it. You see what he's saying? And I just gotta pause for a second on that. I mean, just a brief pause. Okay. We're diving into the energy here, and let me tell you, it's not all sunshine and roses, because you got some real tea coming through. Gaslighting energy, okay? His true confession. Now buckle up, because this is some raw, real, unfiltered truth. He's been lying to you, playing those games like you were crazy for seeing through his BS, right? But deep down, baby, he knows it. He's been gaslighting you, making you second guess everything you felt, every instinct, every something's off moment. Okay? Because he was out here saying, you were the one who was wrong. When in reality, you were 100% on point. And now he's low-key coming clean. Not fully, but the truth is creeping through like a crack in the wall. Okay, the confession here. I wasn't strong enough to admit it. Sis, wow. So what he's trying to say with all this back and forth, it's like he finally sees what he did to you. And yeah, he's acknowledging that you were right all along, but he wasn't strong enough to admit it before. Now he wants you to believe him, even though he's still not fully owning it. How cute. Here's the truth bomb. This man knows what he did. Okay. And he sees you as the one who caught on. And you know what? You know what that means? You got power. When someone can't deny your truth, baby, you're in control. But here's the kicker. He's still not fully ready to take responsibility for everything. But don't let that fool you. His mind is caught up in the guilt and the pressure of knowing you're the real one in this equation. Okay, so he's low-key admitting that his actions were wrong. But he's not giving you the full apology you deserve. And that's why he's out here feeding you these half-hearted lines. It's like he's trying to soften the blow. But sis, you deserve the whole truth, not some weak attempt to make himself feel better. Okay? This energy, he is in conflict. He wants to keep you close, but doesn't have the strength to make the full move. And he's holding back that last layer of truth. But you see through it all. Okay. Woo, baby, woo. We are getting to the good part now. Hang on, cuz, I'm about to drop the big summary at the end of this reading, okay? We're going to go ahead and move into your next card because Spirit is not done yet. So stay with me, Queen. Got a couple of more cards coming through. All right, so yeah, what is the energy as it does relate? What is coming through, Spirit? Look at that, the Three of Cups. Now that's quite interesting. Three of Cups, worried about you and what you're doing, and do you have friends, and what type of friend circles you have. Why? Because he knows that you are the friend. Okay, you're loyal. You are supportive, even when he doesn't deserve it. Now we're diving into some real personal energy. Are you ready for this? Okay, because the Three of Cups shows up when we're talking about friendship, loyalty, and celebration. But honey, it's also showing up in his energy right now because this man is worried. Yeah, you heard me right. He's out here stressing about what you're doing, who you're talking to, and who's in your circle. And let's be real, he's acting like a little jealous low-key. Why? Because he knows you're the ride or die friend. You're loyal, you're real, and you bring the vibes. Okay, you bring the vibes, but here's the deal. He's watching. And not just lurking, okay? Not just lurking online. He's thinking about who you're spending time with, who's around you and whether your friends are telling you things about him. He's like, wait, who's in her circle now? And how close are they getting? Right? Why is this important? Because he's got a little bit of that. He's got a little bit of that I know I messed up energy. And so, yeah, he's wondering if you have already moved on. Like, if you found someone else to vibe with. He's wondering, is she celebrating with her girls? Is she surrounded by good energy? Is she forgetting about me? That part. So you see, this man knows that you're not just some random fling, okay? You're the real deal. And he has been trying to figure out if you're out here living your best life without him. But deep down, he knows he's losing grip on your loyalty. He knows you're loyal. So now he's questioning how long you'll keep waiting around for him to get it together. Okay, baby? Because that 3 of Cups energy, it's a reflection of him wanting to see you as his. But he's scared of the competition. He's worried about you connecting with others and whether you're out here living and thriving without him. And that's exactly why he's on edge. Because you deserve that circle of friends who lift you up, who celebrate your victories, who don't play these silly games. He sees it, and it's making him nervous. Don't forget, stay tuned because we're almost at the finish line, okay? I'm about to give you the wrap up with all the clarity, okay? And you'll know exactly what this means for you and where his head truly is. So we're going to go ahead and pull your final message here from Spirit, your final card. All right, so let's go ahead and get it going. All right, let me adjust your cards here just so we can make room. And of course, if you like to take a screenshot, that's why I want to make sure you can see all your cards. So here we go. What's fear? I'm curious as to your final message that Spirit has here. All right. You got the Grim Reaper. The relationship is over. No more second chances. Grow and transform your life. That required a bit of silence, right? It's like, boom, there it is. The Grim Reaper. And baby, this one hits hard because this message here from Spirit is crystal clear. The relationship is over. No more waiting around. No more hoping things will magically fix themselves. And it's time to let this go and transform your life. But let's be real for a second. You have been carrying a lot of dead weight. Waiting for this man to get it together. Holding on to a past that is just not serving you. Okay? And Spirit is telling you loud and clear, it's time to stop giving second chances to someone who hasn't earned them. Sis, this card is like Spirit's mic drop. Okay? You have been through the motions. You tried, you hoped, and you wanted the best for him. But it's time for you to finally close the chapter. Why? Because you're ready for something new. And you're ready for a love that gives you the energy you deserve. A future where you're not stuck in the same old patterns with someone who isn't stepping up. Okay? So it's time for you to grow and transform. And this final release will allow you to step into the version of yourself that's been waiting to shine without the baggage. Now, don't get it twisted. This doesn't mean it's easy. Okay? But Spirit is clearing the path for your growth. The relationship, it's over. And that's exactly what you need to move forward. Because you have outgrown this. It's done. And it's time to level up, Queen. All right. So wrapping it up for you, here is, here's what this whole reading says. He sees you as a challenge and he's watching you glow up, but he's still stuck in his own emotional mess. Okay. He's worried about how you're moving on, your circle, and whether you're finally realizing your worth. He is finally admitting that you were right all along, but still hasn't fully owned up to his actions. He wants to pull you back in, but isn't willing to do the work. Spirit's final message: it's time to let go, sis. The relationship is over. You've given enough chances, and it's time to grow and transform into the powerful, radiant woman you're meant to be. So what does this mean for you? Well, take this as your sign. It's time to move forward fully. Step into your power because you got the clarity now. And don't let anyone keep you stuck. You deserve better, and the universe is ready to deliver. All right? And so, beautiful card too. You are done here with this man, and that's it. That's it. It's your biggest win, being done. So this does conclude your reading. I hope this reading resonates with you, and if it does, drop a comment below. I absolutely enjoy reading your comments, and stay tuned for the next reading. I am sending you lots of love and good energy. Hi, Clarity fam. Welcome to your reading. You are officially in the right space, honey. And I'm here to serve you the real tea. How does he view you right now? Well, let's get into it. You are drawn here to the teal blue glass crystal and the Judgment card. And I'm going to let you know right now, this is big energy, okay? We're talking about truth, awakening, and reckoning vibes. So if you are ready for clarity, let's get into it, all right? Listen, the Judgment card is no joke, okay? This card is all about revelation and awakening. So you know that this man is having some real moments of self-reflection when it comes to you. He has been hearing the call. The universe has been sending him messages, making him realize some deep truths about you and the relationship. And there's something about you that is shaking him to his core. Maybe it's the fact that you've been rising while he's been stuck. Or maybe it's that you finally got your power back and now he sees you as this undeniable force. He's been getting downloads about you. His perception is shifting, and he's now reevaluating everything. So what he thought he knew, the games he's been playing, the way he's been showing up, he's realizing that he's been wrong. He has been wrong. And now he's starting to understand the magnitude of what he's been missing. Now, I am not saying that he's fully ready to step up. Let's be real. But he's definitely seeing you in a new light. Okay? And you're not just some girl he could dismiss or take for granted. Okay? You're a wake-up call. A shift in his whole world. And it's making him confront the reality that he might not deserve you. All right? And the teal blue glass crystal, you're radiating peace and clarity. Okay, so yeah, he sees that you have leveled up spiritually, emotionally, and mentally, and it's making him question himself. Are you out of his league now? Is he worthy of your energy, right? The energy that you're bringing to the table. What's coming through here? He sees you as someone who has, who's had a personal awakening. Someone who's done with the games and is on a mission to live their best life. And now he is stuck trying to figure out where he fits into this picture. Is he ready for that? Or is he going to keep fumbling? let's pull the next card, honey, because we are not done yet. And I'm going to go deeper. Don't go anywhere. Stay with me for the full breakdown. Okay? All right. So let's see here. Let's see. All right. So what is the energy as it does relate? The Mystic. The asteroid Ketu. Ketu. Okay. I am spiritually wealthy. This is how he sees you. You're unconventional, artistic, intense. He thought you were for play, but he was mistaken. And you're rebellious. You are introverted and mysterious. He don't know where you coming from. He don't. But guess what? You coming. You coming, okay? Now, let me just say this. This card is spicy, okay? It's coming through with some serious cosmic energy. The Mystic with Ketu, that's a major vibe, okay? This is how he sees you now. Let me paint the picture for you. He is seeing you as spiritually wealthy, baby, okay? Because you got this aura, this energy, this mystery around you that makes him feel like he's in the presence of someone much deeper than he ever gave you credit for. You are on a whole new different frequency, and he is now tuning into that, okay? Because he's seeing you as unconventional, artistic, and intense, and not the kind of woman he thought you were, not by a long shot. So yeah, at first he might have written you off as someone who was just there for a good time, someone light, someone like, you know, he could play with. But sis, he was wrong. So now he's realizing that you're rebellious, introverted, and mysterious. Basically, you're a whole puzzle that he's struggling to solve. Okay? And you don't just fit into the neat little boxes he thought, you know, he had for you. No, you're a hidden treasure. And he's only starting to see the full depth of your worth. Okay, because Ketu, baby, is all about detachment and spiritual wisdom. So this means that you had to go through some serious soul work to get to where you are. And you're not just here to play games or follow the crowd. No, you have seen the other side of life. And you have evolved into this mystical being that he can't quite understand. And that's what's drawing him in now. Okay? Yeah. He thought he could just get away with whatever with you. He might have assumed that you were easy to read, easy to control. But you blew his whole mind wide open. You don't even know where you're going sometimes. Okay? And that's what makes you even more irresistible, because you're not following anyone else's script. You're writing your own. And he got to catch up. So what does that mean? Well, it means that he's seeing you as someone with a deep spiritual connection to the universe. And someone he can't be swayed by, someone who can't be swayed by the superficial stuff he's used to. Okay? You're not just a fleeting thought in his mind anymore. You're an enigma, an energy that he's trying to understand and keep close to him. He knows now you're not to be played with. Okay? You shifted his whole perspective. But here's the thing. He is still trying to figure out where he fits in your world. Because you're not just some temporary phase. You're someone who's on a mission. And that mission, it doesn't include people who aren't vibing on your level. It just doesn't. All right, Queen. Now you know we are not done yet. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and pull your next card to see where this energy is flowing. So stay with me and stay tuned for the whole picture. What is the energy as it does relate? The seventh house, relating. Now, the number 7 is significant here. So it could be in your birthday, birth month, or birth year, but the seventh house in astrology is the house of partnerships and companionships, relationships, marriages, justice too. And you were drawn to the judgment card. So this is a synchronicity. It's about social awareness, equilibrium, and sharing. Okay? So baby, because you were drawn to the judgment card and now spirit is bringing the seventh house, the fact that you're seeing this energy is no coincidence. The universe is lining up the signs for you right now. The number 7, significant, okay? And it's telling me that your birthday, birth month, or even birth year could be showing up in a big way in this reading. This could also represent his birth info as well. Okay, but this is about finding equilibrium and sharing energy with someone who's equally as invested in the connection. Balance. This is all about seeing whether or not the scales tip in favor of you or them. And right now, it's all about partnerships. What he's bringing to the table. And more importantly, what are you bringing to the table? So here's the tea. How does he see you now? He is starting to recognize that you're not just a woman he can have a fling with. You're the one who would actually have to balance his life, right? You would actually have to balance his life with, right? And this is a wake-up call for him too, okay? Because the judgment card showed up for a reason. He's being forced to see how you align with his future. The seventh house is all about justice, meaning, okay? This is Spirit's way of saying that he's being called to face the truth and how he's treated you, how he's shown up, and what he, right, really wants out of this relationship. Is he ready to build something with you? Is he ready to be that equal partner, or is he going to continue to make it about himself? The choice is his, and the universe is putting him to the test. And if we're talking social awareness, this man is starting to see you as someone with power. He can no longer see you as just someone on the sidelines. You are aware of your worth. You stepped into that energy, and now he's having to reckon with the fact that you deserve balance. What does that mean for you? Listen, honey, Spirit is telling you that you deserve a partnership where there's justice, where there's equality and mutual respect. And guess what? He's starting to understand that. But whether or not he's ready to step up is on him. You are not here looking for something real. You are out here looking for something real, not for someone who isn't going to treat you like you deserve. He knows that. He knows that now. He's starting to realize you're not just here for a little fun. You want balance, love, and respect. And that's the energy you're demanding. All right? I'm going to go ahead and pull your next card. Okay, you have a couple of cards to go. And make sure you stay until the end of your reading, because I'm going to summarize his total energy here and the total reading. So let's pull your next card. All right. Look at that. The Two of Swords. Why am I not surprised with the Two of Swords showing up? Huh. All right. Okay. Listen. Okay. Let me tell you something about the sword showing up, okay? This ain't light energy. This is sharp, it's clean, it's real, and it's cutting through all the lies, the illusions, and the sweet little nothings that he's been trying to feed you, okay? This sword, it represents truth, communication, mental clarity, and power. This is given air sign energy, Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. But whether or not that's his sign, this card is saying you are seeing the truth now. And guess what? So is he. Here's the raw truth. He is finally starting to realize that you're not confused anymore. You got the facts. You got your boundaries and your intuition. Laser sharp. You're in your cut people off era, and he knows it. He's nervous because for the first time, he can't manipulate the situation. You're not emotionally swayed like you used to be. You're sharp now, sis. Okay? You are sharp now. You've upgraded. So he sees you as someone who speaks their truth, who won't tolerate BS, and who's not afraid to walk away if things aren't aligned. Okay? Because the sword, listen, if things are not aligned, you're not afraid to walk away. I just have to say that one more time. Okay? The sword you're holding, it's your voice. It's your power. It's that moment where you stop hoping and start deciding. He also realized that, if he wants any shot at reconnecting with you, he's got to come correct. No more gaslighting. No more emotional crumbs. No more pretending. It's truth or nothing. Let's be honest. This card is telling us he's aware he did some damage. Whether he said something cold, withheld communication, or just straight up avoided accountability, he knows it. And that sword is now pointing right at his shadow. And, what's wild is he still wants to talk. He might even be rehearsing what he wants to say. But you're in discernment mode now. You'll hear it, but you're not here for the sweet words. You want aligned action, period. Period. All right, Queen. So we got another card coming through. All right, but before we wrap up, baby, we're going to keep this fire going. Stay with me, okay? Because we're going to close out with our final summary. But let's pull your next card. All right, so what is the energy as it does relate? What is coming through, Spirit? What is coming through? Still listening. I listen to the music you shared with me. It helps me to connect with you, although we are apart. Oh, okay. Why do I feel like saying like boy bye? All right, I'm still listening to the music. Okay, let me say this real clear. He is in his feels. All right, he in his feels. And he's sitting somewhere probably scrolling through old messages, playing that playlist you made him, trying to feel close to you, that song that once felt like your love story. Yeah, he's got it on repeat. And you're probably like I just said, boy, bye. Because you know damn well that a song ain't gonna fix the silence, the lack of effort, the confusion he brought into your life. He's over there swimming in nostalgia, swimming in it, while you're over here living in your clarity. But let's break it down. This card is saying he's holding on to the emotional imprint you left on him. And not just the moments, but the energy. You had him feeling things he didn't even have the language for. You gave him a soft place to land. You poured into him. You shared things like your music. That meant something to you. And now you've pulled your energy back. And he's thirsty for it. Okay? He's thirsty for it. But here's the truth bomb, Queen. He is trying to connect through memories because he doesn't have access to the real thing anymore. You set a boundary. You leveled up. You took your power back. And while he's out here with his sad little Spotify moment, you're on a whole new frequency. And you know what? He should have cherished you while he had the chance. Because now the beat goes on. But it's without him. All right now, boo. Take a deep breath because we're about to wrap all of this up, right, with a full fire summary. But before we do that, I am going to pull your final card right before the summary, all right, and see what Spirit's final message is. See what we got. Keys on a ring. Many options, decisions, unconventional, string along, and one night stand. Yep, that's what he thought you were. He thought, this boy thought he had options. This man, child, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You already know what I'm saying. He thought he had some kind of options. He ain't got no options. Forget it. He wanted you to think he had options, but he was, stringing you along. And that's okay. That's okay, because now look. Right? All right. Oh, yes. Spirit said, we're not tiptoeing. We're stomping into this final card with a raw truth, baby. And this one, it's the last slap of clarity you needed to hear before we drop the full mic on this whole reading. Okay, the final card, many options, string along, one night stand, energy. Okay, buckle up. Let's get into it. So here's the hard truth. This man child, yes, let's call it what it is, really thought he had it like that. He thought you were going to just be another option, just someone he could keep on standby, someone he could string along while he played around with indecision and ego. Thought he was slick, didn't he? Right, didn't he? He thought he was slick. He came with that unconventional, low effort, let's just vibe energy, acting like you were just down for whatever. And baby, you were never that girl. You see, he underestimated you. He did. And he misread your softness as weakness, your affection as access, and your connection as casual. But now he's watching you glow up, grow up, and close up shop. And he's out here looking real pressed. Let's be real. He was trying to keep it non-committal. He wanted you emotionally invested while he stayed emotionally unavailable. And he thought he could breadcrumb you just enough to keep you hopeful while he never fully, was showing up. But guess what, honey? That energy doesn't work on a woman who knows her worth. He may have had many options, but you were the table, the whole damn meal, ambiance, and silverware too. And now he is left playing games with options that don't even compare to your presence. And look at you now. You see it for what it is. No more delusions, no more waiting, no more shrinking. All right, Queen, you ready for the final summary? Okay, well, let's tie it all together right now. Here comes the complete truth. All right. What I Picking up, baby. He sees you as the one that got away, the one he couldn't control, the one who woke the F up. You were given love, loyalty, and depth. And he tried to treat you like a side quest. Big mistake. Big mistake. From the jump. From the jump. See, you were drawn to the judgment card and the teal blue crystal. That means that you're in a rebirth era. And Spirit got you seeing clearly, stepping into your truth and no longer ignoring red flags just because you cared. Then we got the mystic and the K2 energy. Okay, you're not just beautiful, you're spiritually wealthy, mysterious, intense, and a little untouchable. He thought you were just for fun, but quickly realized you're the kind of woman that lingers in a man's soul. He misjudged you. Period. Next came the seventh house and the sword energy. Girl, he is finally understanding what partnership means and that you are not here for games. And he sees you as someone who demands truth, reciprocity, and mental stimulation. Okay, you're cutting through BS like a queen with a blade. He's intimidated, but also obsessed. Then he got sentimental. I still listen to the music you shared. Yeah, he's spiraling in nostalgia, but too scared or too prideful to show up with anything real. You were the soundtrack to a better version of him. And now it's a loop. It's on a loop because he can't get that energy anywhere else. He can't get it anywhere else. And let's not forget the last card. Many options, string along, one night stand energy. He thought. This fool thought you'd stick around while, he figured things out. Nah. You were the prize. And you tried to play like, he tried to play you like a convenience. But you're the upgrade that he can't afford. He can't afford it. Okay? So how does he see you now? Unreachable, evolved, empowered. He knows you're not just the vibe. You're a whole damn shift. And he can't sit at your table unless he brings peace, truth, and that grown man energy. Otherwise, boy, bye. You good now, sis. You are good. So walk in your power and don't look back. All right. And reading complete. Clarity served. Beautiful card too. This does conclude your energy. And I hope this energy resonates with you and inspire you. And if it does, honey, drop a comment below. I absolutely enjoy reading your comments. I am sending you lots of love and good energy. Hi, Clarity family. Welcome to your reading. Baby, let me just say this. You didn't click on this by accident. Nope. Spirit said, wake her up. She needs this today, okay? And look at you, drawn in by the tangerine glass crystal and the magician card. Listen, you're in manifesting mode, and this message is charged with pure fire and truth. So let's get into it, okay? The magician is the master of all elements, air, water, fire, and earth, okay? So this means one thing loud and clear. You already have everything you need to get what you want. Not tomorrow, not someday, right now. And he sees that. Oh, trust and believe. Trust and believe. He knows you're in your power. He sees you as a woman who can flip her pain into power, her silence into strategy, and her love into legendary. Okay? You're not just waiting on the universe. You're co-creating with it. Okay? You are co-creating with it. Baby, you're in the main character seat, and he's looking like a side plot with weak dialogue. Okay? Because this is the thing. He knows that you are multidimensional. You can be soft and strategic, sensual and spiritual, grounded and glowing. And you're giving, she can have whoever she wants energy. And that intimidates him and turns him on at the same damn time. Let's be real. He thought he could show up half ready. But now he sees that you're not here for the bare minimum. You're magical, magnetic, and moving different now. Okay? And he is still sitting there wondering how he fumbled someone who's literally creating her next chapter with intention and grace. Sis, don't go nowhere. I'm about to pull your next card and see how this energy flows, because we're just getting heated up. And trust me, you're going to want to stay for the full reading, okay? Because I'm going to wrap up the total energy at the end. All right, so let's see what we have coming through. You have the King, the Sun card. All right, the King and the Sun. I do want to point out that the Sun does rule over Leo, and it also rules over the Father. Okay, so I'm picking up that the way that this man moves has a lot to do with like maybe a father figure, or, you know, how he thinks about a father's and things like that. Look at this, is crazy, bro. You got the 5th house, the house of passion, and the 5th house is ruled by Leo as well. Thank you, Spirit. I feel like the number 5 is significant here. So with the Sun and the 5th house coming through, this message is meant for you. All right. You stayed, and look what came flying out. The King and the Sun card, back to by the 5th house energy. Okay, so let's break it down. First, big Leo energy crawling all over this reading. Like I said, the Sun rules over Leo and the 5th house. It's also Leo's domain, okay? This ain't subtle. This ain't subtle. This is loud, proud, radiant energy. So he sees you as royalty, period, point blank. And not just someone who could hold the throne, someone who already does. Okay? So now let's talk about this King energy. I feel like this man may be watching you from afar, but he's thinking hard about what kind of man he has to be to even stand beside you. Okay, because this ain't puppy love. This is, can I lead? Can I protect? Can I show up energy? And the Sun card, that's illumination. That's clarity. He sees it now. You're the light. You're the warmth. You're the one who made him feel seen in a world that constantly told him to hide. And here is where it gets deep. You triggered some inner childhood stuff in him, and maybe even like father wounds or how he viewed men growing up. Your strength, your confidence, your aura, it made him reflect on how he moves as a man. Whether he can live up to what you naturally embody, which is passion, leadership, self-worth. That's why it's hitting him so hard. Now, let's not miss this, because the 5th house is about passion and creativity, fun, and even romance. Girl, he romanticizes you, but not in a childish way. This is grown. He wants to be bold for you, to show up, shine, be chosen by you, and damn sure doesn't want to see someone else basking in that warmth. You're not just a desire. You're a direction. And now he's wondering if he's got what it takes to walk toward you without shrinking. Does he have what it takes? What he's sitting over here wondering. All right, Queen, so let's keep it flowing. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pull your next card to see how this energy shifts from here, because something tells me that we're about to uncover the real intention. Okay, so stay right here for the full message. Let's go. All right, so what is the energy as it does relate? You got need time to heal. He says, right now, I'm in a space where I need to focus on my healing and self-love. This isn't about you. It's about me. Mm. Okay. Give me 1 second. Let me fix my cards over here. Okay, so you felt that shift, didn't you? You felt it. So Spirit said we're done with surface level. Let's dig into the real. So let's talk about it. You pulled, your energy pulled this deep confession energy. I need time to heal. This isn't about you, it's about me. Okay, so what he is saying is he is in his feelings, he's spiraling, and guess what? He knows he ain't ready. Not for you, not for the level you're vibrating at. You're a grown woman connection. And he's still patching wounds from a boyhood he hasn't faced. Now, don't get it twisted. He sees your value. Okay? We already saw that with the magician. We saw that with the magician and the king, the sun. All that Leo ruled royalty. But now he's realizing he can't match your energy until he stops avoiding his own healing. And let's keep it all the way raw. This is not you. Okay? It's me. It's not you, it's me moment. It's real, but it also stings. Because deep down, parts of him wishes he could fast forward this phase, clean himself up, and like meet you where you are. But instead, he's pausing because being near you exposes his shadows. Honey, you shine too bright for him to hide. And here's what I want you to take away. Here's what I want you to take away. You didn't do anything wrong. You didn't love too hard or ask for too much. You just triggered a man into facing parts of himself he's been avoiding. And that is power. So what do? We keep glowing. We keep rising. Because he may be on pause, but your life, your love, your magic, that don't stop, baby. All right, Queen. So I'm going to go ahead and pull your next card because we're about to find out what this man's next move is. And trust me, the final message, you'll want to be here for it. All right? So let's do this. Okay, so what is the energy as it does relate? Let's see what we got. The Three of Cups. Three of Cups. Worried that you're out, you're meeting new friends, you're celebrating without him. This is water. Okay, so Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces energy. The Three of Cups is all about celebration, new connections, soul, family, and freedom. And it's given, she ain't sitting around crying. She's out here glowing, toasting, laughing, and vibing with people who actually see her. He sees it too. Whether you've posted it, shared it, or he's just spiritually sensing it, he knows you're not in the same place he left you. You're expanding and you are pouring into new friendships, sisterhoods, connections that lift you up instead of draining you. And that's hitting him hard because now he is realizing you're not lonely, boo. You're liberated. Here's what's wild, though. Here's what's wild. This card is also a little jealous, low-key, stalkerish energy when it shows up in this kind of reading, because he might be playing it cool like, oh, I just need time to heal. But he's side-eyeing your joy like, wait, she's really smiling without me? That laugh ain't about me? Yep. It's called self-worth, baby. and you have graduated. So what's his next move? Honestly, he's in conflict and he wants to come back, but he's realizing you're no longer the woman he could breadcrumb. If he wants access, he's going to have to rise up because you're surrounded by real love now, not illusion. All right, Queen. So we got one more card to pull before I drop the final wrap up. And I promise this last message is going to tie everything together. All right, so let's see. Okay, what is the energy as it does relate? Seduction, attraction, flirting, dating, hooking up, temptation, third-party interference. Okay. All right. Spirit said, drop the veil. Drop the veil, because this is the reveal. Okay. Your energy pulled seduction, attraction, flirting, dating, hooking up, temptation, third-party interference. Yep, we're going there. We're going there. So here's what's really good. While he's out here talking about, I need to heal and this ain't about you, he's also been dipping his toe in some mess. Temptation got a grip on him. And he thought he could test the waters, flirt, maybe even entertain someone else, but nothing hit like you. He tried to recreate that magic, but baby, you are the vibe. You are the blueprint. Let's be clear. This card doesn't always mean full on cheated or is in a new relationship, but it does confirm emotional confusion, outside influences, and him not being in integrity with his heart. And now the seduction card is a mirror, because guess what? While he's playing with distraction, you're the one being desired now. You're the one glowing, flirting, attracting, real energy. And trust, he feels the shift. The Three of Cups wasn't random, baby. It was the prelude to the plot twist. He didn't realize it before, but now the game he tried to play has him watching you walk away with options. Okay. All right, Queen. Let's land this plane. Land this plane and get to the final summary, because girl, woo, this whole reading has been a journey and it's time to seal it with clarity and power. Okay. All right. Let me just straighten your cards here. If you want to take a screenshot of your cards, you can do that. All right. Okay. So this reading, it gave it what it needed to give, okay? You were drawn here by divine timing and led by that glass crystal and the cards that never lie. So let's break it down, raw and unfiltered, one last time. Card 1, the Magician and the Tangerine Crystal. He sees you as powerful, magnetic, and in your bag, okay? You're the type of woman who doesn't chase, you attract. You've elevated, and he knows it. He underestimated your glow up and thought you were a phase. But baby, you were the awakening. Okay, you got the King and the Sun with the 5th house and passion. Now we are seeing his ego show up. Okay, this man still wants to be seen as the main character in your life. But guess what? You are your own spotlight. He sees you as radiant, expressive, maybe even too much for his unhealed self. to handle. And that Leo energy, it's big you energy, okay? He's watching you thrive and it's burning him up. I need time to heal. Here's where he tried to soften the blow, okay? But let's keep it cute and true. He's not ready. And while, that's not your fault, it is your freedom. It's your freedom. You don't need to babysit a grown man's healing journey. Okay? You got your own joy to protect. All right? And then we have here the Three of Cups. And protect it you did, because you're connecting with real friends, soul family, new experiences. All right? You're celebrating life. He sees it. He feels it. You outgrew the story he tried to keep you in. Here, the seduction and that third party energy, let's call it what it is. He played. He got distracted. He let temptation whisper in his ear. But what did it get him? Nothing real. Nothing you. Because while he was busy chasing empty highs, you became the whole damn elevation. So yeah, he views you as the one who got away, but also the one that he wasn't ready for. Because you were the mirror, the muse, the match, and the medicine. You weren't meant to stay, to stay small just to fit in his unfinished chapter. So now you reclaim your power, you walk forward, you pour into you. And if he ever wants access again, he better come correct, healed, and whole. Because you, my love, you're not to be strung along. You're the whole damn string of pearls. Okay? And that's your message, sis. And you felt it for a reason. Now go out there, head high, energy unbothered, and remember who the heck you are. All right, Clarity family, until next time, stay glowing, stay grounded, and stay legendary. I am sending you lots of love and good energy.